is popping open. You know what? I had said that first before we get into what this video is about, because I have a lot to say. Um, I had bought this maybe about 2 weeks ago, and I said I wasn't going to open it until it was a special occasion. I didn't know if it was because of Christmas or, my anniversary. I didn't know what the reason was going to be. I just knew it wasn't going to get open until that special day. And now I know what that moment was. And today I found out what that moment was. Asante has got him a new job. Not only does he have one job, he has two jobs now. And for those who have been keeping up with me and what's going on in my world, I started out with no job, ended up with a job, and now I have two jobs too. So it's just goes to show you there's a lot to celebrate in the BurBlack home. So we're going to get this cranking open, and yeah. Okay, just bear with us while we get our drinks together. Okay. I don't really know how I want to do this. I don't want none of that. I'm good with just, yeah, how I want to start this out. Because, like I said, I have a lot to say. And basically, we're going to give you what the, somewhat what the issue is. I'm not going to say any names because I'm not one of those type of people where I blast people out like that. However, I'm going to put it in a storyline setting for you. So we're going to use fictional characters or names. But matter of fact, scratch that. We're not going to use names. We're just going to talk about someone in particular and those type of people that they fit under. Okay? So keep that in mind. Here's to checks in the mail.
Yeah.
Here's to life,
Yeah.
growth, wisdom, and the true meaning of love and family. You stick together no matter what. So, the title of this video is basically, this is coming to my head right now, but the title of this video is Understanding What It Means to Call Someone Your Family. Okay? And I don't think many people really understand what family means. You hear all the times when you go to church or certain family members that, when they have children someday, they're going to teach their children the core value of family, how important it is, and I'm going to raise them right. I'm going to raise them to respect people and love one another, and to be out in the workforce and do a good job, and to make your parents happy, make yourself happy, live your life to the fullest, dream big, all these great things. And that's great. I think that's a great thing to instill in a child. Too bad a lot of our parents these days don't do that. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about when you preach so much about yourself and your family and those that you keep yourself around. It's important that what you're preaching or what you're trying to instill in your children, that you also are living that same example. And by example, I give you this. So this morning, I was feeling real great. First of all, I got up thinking that I had to go to work today, and forgot that I switched my shift with someone, which was all good. I wasn't tripping about it. That just goes to show you how persistent I am. That goes to show you that I know I'm ready. I'm ready to make money. I'm not about my games. Anyway, um, so that's a good thing to have. Once again, goes with things that you instill in your children as they're younger. So when they're older, they'll know how to take care of themselves, make their own decisions. Now, back to what I was stating originally. This morning I woke up and I was feeling really great because, and I also thought, I was just like, wow, we're a week away from Christmas. And the one thing that I am really grateful and blessed about, and the greatest gift, is the fact to see another Christmas. It's not the gifts. It's not the fact that I have a job. It's not the fact that, you know, everything is maybe not the best, or everything may not be going as fast as I would like for it to be, or I may not be in certain areas of my life as I would like to be. But it just goes to show you that I'm still here and I'm grateful. A lot of people have not made it through January of this year, have made it through February, and so on and so on. So I think when you take time to really think about the small things in life that matter the most and mean the most, you have those moments where it's like it's it's a breath of fresh air. Because it always can be you could have been, and that's nobody's accepted from that. Nobody's, no matter what you may be doing in your life, no matter how many degrees you may have, no matter how many languages you may even speak. Because there are some very smart, educated, and dumb people out there. That's what the truth comes to. There are a lot of dumb, educated people. I really believe that. With that being said, I made a post that, I was happy about what 2014 was bringing me, and that in 2014 I'm getting me a car. I'm getting it before my birthday. That's the goal that I've set for myself. That's what I'm believing in God to do for me, and it will be so. It will happen. As long as I believe, have faith, and I work hard. I already know that God has promised me that, because I've even told God, I said, God, you promised me this. You said that you will supply all my needs. So by you saying you're going to supply all my needs, I'm going to do this. I'm going to believe it, and that's what it's going to be. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to wonder if it's going to happen. It will happen. So I woke up feeling really great, and I made a post saying, grateful for 2014 and what it's going to bring me, feeling really great. And I posted a picture of myself, and I also posted a picture of my mother. I also posted a picture of my niece, and I also posted a picture of my nephew. Now, the picture with my niece and nephew and my mother were all together. These weren't individual shots of each of them. It was a group family picture. And next to that picture, I posted a picture of myself and my sister as we were kids. So she was probably maybe 4 in the picture. I was probably 2, 1.5 maybe. Maybe not even that. But anyway, I'll have to ask my mom about that. Can't think of the dates right now. That's not important. What's important is the fact that what bothered me was the fact that, hold on, I need a drink on this. Okay. What bothered me was I got a message, maybe not 5 minutes after I posted that. And, well, first let me say that I got a like of the picture from my mother. She liked the picture. She saw it, um, and a few other Facebook friends. So, but I get a message. Now, the message clearly states that, um, and it doesn't go, it gives you no introduction. It doesn't say, normally when you hit someone up with a message, I think it's respectful and it's common courtesy, if I can use that word, to address the conversation with a hello, good morning, how are you, what's going on in your life, hope all is well with you, wishing peace and blessings on your life. Those type of things that we were taught as a child, you know, and that we say that we are instilling in our children's lives and how we're trying to bring them up. Yeah. So that didn't happen. That didn't happen at all. I want to, I want to, like I said, I don't want to be so messy about this, but it bothers me. And I feel like there's a lot of people that don't say how they feel. And I used to be that person where when I was younger, I was so intimidated. I was always the one that wouldn't say anything. I was quiet. And that's why I think that's one of the issues of why I have a hard time being able to communicate to this day. And I have no problem saying that on camera because, I feel like we are healed and we are delivered when we actually voice or are asking for help. God, He hears our prayers. So I put that out there to say that, I realize that. But I've gotten a lot better in that since I've been on my own, or ever since I moved here in Atlanta 4 years ago. I've always kind of been on my own since a young age, and well, after high school, after I graduated, that's when life started for me. I to had to grow. I had to, I didn't get the chance to, really do the parties and all that because I had to work because I had bills now. It was like this is the real stuff. Anyway, um, the message that was sent to me was from, a family member that asked me not to post pictures of his children online for their safety and privacy. So I can pretty much, without saying names, people can figure out what I'm saying by just what I'm saying in my story. So I'm glad that I have some smart people that's listening to this video and understand that. So I shouldn't have no one asking me, well, who is he talking about? Clearly we know who I'm talking about if you really are listening to what I'm saying. But he asked me not to post pictures. So maybe like 5 minutes after that, because my response was, okay, I didn't know. I didn't really think about it at that moment because when I was reading what he responded, I think my mind was somewhere else. So, but then I had to really think about it. Like I just can't. It didn't sit well with me. And I really want to know what y'all comments are. Like I really want to get different perspectives. You know, this is only my theory. This is only what I can go by based on what I see and the vibe that I get, and just things that just are revealed. having discernment. That's a gift that God gives us. Having discernment of people, your surroundings, the places we go, the decisions we make. That's part of having discernment. So I thank God for that. Um, it doesn't always tap in like as I would like for it to, but it does. So I'm grateful for that. I'm still learning. Um, I feel the issue is because the reason why I have felt so why it didn't sit well with me is because of the fact that the grandmother, the grandparents, not even just the grandmother, but the grandparents of those children also have pictures posted with their grandchildren, and for good reasons. I believe that Facebook is what you make it. You can use it as a tool to be messy and cause for it to get in areas of the internet world that it should not. Or you can show, like, hey, first of all, internet is a social mall, one big social mall. And what I mean when I say that is, you can go in there and it's just all types of people. Like when you go in a mall, there's all type of people just walking around, shopping, doing things. And that's what I look at as the internet. Use it for your own discretion. But anyway, these pictures that were posted, there was nothing negative. There was nothing that was saying that it's inappropriate. There was nothing at all on any level or any degree to say that the picture was negative or inappropriate or in a way like that, whatever that means. Do not post pictures of my kids like that on the internet. Like, what? What do you mean? So I asked him what was the difference. What's the difference in you know the grandparents posting pictures of themselves along with their grandchildren next to them, and me, their uncle, posting a picture of it wasn't even a picture of me and them, but it was because that wasn't the picture I chose to use. I do have pictures like that, but that wasn't the picture that I choose for that moment, for that post. The picture that I chose was my mother, my niece, and my nephew, and then a picture of me and my sister as a baby. I was asked to not put pictures for the safety of privacy of my family. But the person that is saying this, the default picture on Facebook that everyone sees is a picture of himself, and guess who else? The one that he says, quote unquote, this is what he says: I don't want my children to be displayed that way. I'm sorry, isn't that where everyone can see your default picture? So I'm lost. I'm really confused. And I asked that question. So I don't know. I'm it's really it's hurtful, and I tell you, when I got done having that conversation with him, um 5 minutes later, I I started crying. And let me tell you why I cried. I don't know where the emotion just really came from, but I started crying because I started to feel that the reasonings of why you said what you said to me is so irrelevant to what the real reason is. And I just wish, man to man, I wish that because of the fact that I came to you in respect, I came to you in love. I said nothing to you disrespectful. Your rules and how you raise your children, that's your business. That you are so right. That's whatever, however you decide to raise your children, nobody can question that. But two adults having a conversation and the other person asking questions, you cannot be upset by an intelligent conversation between two adults because someone asked a question. Why are you being defensive? Just because it's something that you say, I may not have to like it, but I will respect it. However, I'm still going to ask questions as well because I have that right because we're having an open conversation. Two adults having an open conversation. It's not just where you say, bam, 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 thank you, ma'am, and that's what it is. Okay, and that's fine. However, I'm still having questions I want to ask. Let's elaborate. Let's understand why you feel this way. That was my only target. That was my only agenda. Like I said, I was never disrespectful. I was never rude. I didn't, say you shouldn't raise your kid. And I didn't do none of that. That's not my place. But when something just does not add up and when it doesn't make sense, who in their right mind would not ask questions? Anybody. That's just like you telling that's even like little kids. They ask a lot of questions every single day. They ask questions. Only way they're going to ask, the reason why they ask these questions is because they want to know the answer. They want to learn. That's how all that knowledge gets in their brain. You want that. You want your kids to ask you questions. That's how they learn. Their minds are growing, just like their little bodies are. Anyway, I don't understand why there's people older than me that do not have this simple thing called common sense. And it's so unfortunate for his sake of everything that he said. I even tried to let it go and saying that, I'm going to pray for you. And the response that I got was, don't pray for me. I don't know what God you pray to. Excuse me? What God I pray to? Really? Well, first of all, there's only one God, okay? I'm not going to get into religion right now because that's a whole different show. That's a whole, go to Wendy Williams. This is not Wendy Williams, okay? Or Oprah, none of that. This is how I want this video to be. And because it's my video. And it's about how I'm feeling right now. And like, I don't understand. Like, what? I don't know. So, yeah. I want to know what your thoughts are. Like I said, I'm about to post this. And I really want to know what people think. And there will be a second half to this. Once I get like a good number of, replies. Because, like I said, I just need to understand. Because, like I told you, I feel that this is because of the fact that I'm a gay male, the lifestyle that I live. So anyone that's connected to me on Facebook can go on my page and see, my pictures. And you know how people are. I mean, we like to judge. We like to criticize people. We like to say, oh, this person this person that, whether it be good or bad. There's always something to say. There's always an opinion about this person. That's just what it is. And that's not to say that's a bad thing, that's a good thing. That's just what it is. Um, but being saying that, basically I'm saying that because of the fact that I am a gay male, and maybe because of the fact that this your mother-in-law is connected to her son on Facebook, and her son lives a different life that we live, a life which I don't want my children to be around. Now, once again, this is all theory, you know, as Wendy Williams would say, allegedly. This is what I feel that is going through his mind. Now, if I'm wrong, I've already presented that moment for it to be an open discussion. That moment was already presented. Let's make that clear. That moment was presented when I asked you to elaborate. And the answers that you gave me was defensive, to where you didn't want to talk about it. You just wanted to preach it and just talk. But you didn't want to really elaborate, have a grown conversation. Two adults having a conversation. So, and that's crazy. Even people that have degrees, they don't know everything. I'm really, yeah, that's been confirmed, and I will drink to that. I can be the only one drinking to that right now, and I really don't care. But that has been confirmed today. People that even have degrees can be dumb. No other way to put it. Type of person that I am, I'm not a real blunt person like how I am right now. But it's allowing me to release, this video is allowing me to release a lot of just things that have been on my mind about, family, about things that have been said to me, about me, whatever, in ways people have made me feel. So this is my way to really just show that. So that's really what I feel of what's going through his head as to why he don't want me particularly to. Because my thing is, when I ask what's the difference, okay, what's the difference in my mother posting pictures of them and me? Not only that, but you have a picture of them as your default picture. So what's different? Like, what way am I doing it different than that makes it acceptable of how you're doing it? What way are you doing it that's acceptable that I'm doing it that's not acceptable? Do y'all understand that? Please help me. Please help me understand this. I want to make sure that I'm not blowing this out of proportion. I'm not making a big deal out of this. I need to have an understanding of this. Because there's no way you can tell me that it's not more to it than what you're not telling me. And since you're this person of high, you have a PhD, you went to, one of the top black schools. Okay, that's great. I'm happy for you. You want a cookie? So, write your comments, send it to me, and yeah, let's have a part 2 to this video. Thank you. That's all.